Hello, everybody. Today we will discuss the knight and bishop checkmate. In this study, we look at how to checkmate a lone king with a knight and bishop. The first thing to note is that we can only checkmate the king in the corner of the board, which is the same color as our bishop, which in this example is A8 and H1. We'll look this deeper in a moment. If we had a dark squared bishop, we could only checkmate black on A1 or H8. Black will therefore try to stay in the center of the board, and if they can't, then they will move towards the wrong corner, meaning a corner in which we can't checkmate the king. White, however, wants to force black's king to A8 or H1 in the corner of the same color of our bishop. To accomplish this, there are two well-known methods that can be used. One is called Delétang's triangle method, and the other is called the W method. We only have to know one of these methods. In this study, we learn the first one, the triangle. The basic idea is to restrict black's king to smaller and smaller areas of the board. Okay, now the first step is to restrict here, to restrict black's king to one of the green triangles we see on the board. In this position, we will control the long diagonal of the triangle with our bishop, and we'll control the necessary dark squares using our knight and king. Move your king closer to the center to read about step 2 in the overlord plan. Now we will try this. Okay, now moving our king to the center of the board. Now we have two triangles, one in the H1 square and the other in the A8 square. We will try to get the black king to these squares. Now we move our king here. Look, this is the first step. Next chapter we'll see it, so we know that we are looking at this content via leechess.org. This is a free content. You can go with it for any time you want. Now let's see the next chapter. Epic failure. Epic failure. Let's see this game. This game is an example of the epic failure. D4, D5, C4, Queen's Gambit. This game is too long, but we will continue. Oh, now 3 pawns. 3 pawns with the black king, and we have bishop and knight. Look. Look at this move. This is look, the black king tries to be in the opposite square of the color of the bishop, of the white's bishop. Look. Now, I think this game is a draw. Epic failure. Now, black climbed a draw due to the 50 move rules, half-half. This is KBN versus K is a fairly rare endgame. A 2001 study showed that it happens in about 0.02% of games. Even so, it can be useful to study because the technique is hard to find O2B, as this game shows. This game took place in Geneva, Switzerland in 2013. It was round 4 in a 5-woman Grand Prix tournament. The women's world chess champion Anna Yushina failed to mate with knight and bishop, and her opponent climbed a draw due to the 50 move rule. The relevant part of the game starts at knight x c3, move number 72. Here. White has reached the knight and bishop versus lone king endgame. With perfect play, this is mate in 24. Okay, next chapter. Restricting the king to the first triangle. Now, as we mentioned before, we want to restrict the king to the first triangle to try to keep it at the corner of the color of our bishop. Now, check. Look, the king is at black squares here. Now our bishop here, then our king to not repeating, our knight to control this square, bishop here. Good. Next chapter. Nice work. The king is now restricted to the first triangle. Notice how we control all the red squares. Next chapter. Now, in the previous chapter, black replied to knight f7 check with king h7. Here, black replies king g8 instead, based on what we have learned so far. What move should white now play? This move. Yes. Next chapter. Before we can transition our bishop to the second triangle by playing bishop a4, here, We must further restrict the black king. Start by taking away the f8 square. Now, move the king here. Bishop here. Now, controlling the triangle from here to here to here. Take the opposition. If you played bishop a4, bishop a4 now, the king would escape to d5 and cover the square first. We want to cover the square first. You still can't play bishop a4 to transition to the second triangle, take away more territory from the black king. Avoid putting your king on d5 because that is where you want your knight to end up. Now we can put the bishop on a4. Now the knight doesn't have to cover b4. The knight doesn't need to cover the b4, so we can move here. Get the knight into the perfect position for the second triangle covering b6, c7 and e7. b6, c7, b6 and e7. So we will cover these squares by the knight. Now king d6. Take away the d8 square. We want to control the movement of the black's king. So we go here. Then set up the perfect second triangle by taking away the a6 square. a6 square. So we move here. Now the triangle is good. Good. Next chapter. What would you play in this position? Look. Here and here and here we control. Here we don't here we control. Here we don't control. Here and here and here and here we control the black's king. But these squares. So we want to go bishop here. Correct. We are pushing the king back so that we can invade with king f8. King f8, we can invade it. Next. And now we control these squares. We control these squares. So we need this move. No, not correct. Not correct. I am not good at this ending type, so no problem. Yes, it's king f8. Correct. We invade with our king to further restrict black. Next chapter. Now, before you can safely transition, your bishop to the third triangle by playing bishop a6, you must further restrict the black king. Restrict the black king further in a way that doesn't allow black to take the opposition. Now take the opposition. This is the opposition. Now here. Now here. Now next chapter. Look, all these squares are controlled. All these squares are controlled. Next chapter. Now, if we go with the knight here, it will be stalemate. So we need, when we reach the third triangle, our king and bishop is restricted the enemy king, which frees up our king to deliver mate. Now what to do? Next. Oh, the black's turn. So we go here, then check, then what would you play in this position? We will get the checkmated. Congratulations, you completed this lesson. Next chapter, delivering mate. We have delivered mate with the bishop. Exercise delivering mate. Now, we want the exercise. Now we go here, then check, then checkmated. Yes. Now let's try to do with checkmate the engine. We want a challenge. Go. 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 I am recording. أنا بسجل. Check. Now we go here, then here, then here, then here. Now. Now check. Now get hint. This knight go here, then opposition, then here. King here, king here. Now what to do? Blunder. The game is draw. So go here. No, we failed. We failed. Let's try another time. Here, then checked, then checkmate, exercise. Okay, let's do it again. Now these controlled and we king. No, bishop. Now bishop. Now bishop. Now here. Now check. Now we control these squares. I think the knight. No, the bishop. Okay. Now king. Now checkmated. Now these are another exercise. With black bishop, black squared bishop. No. Yes. No here. I think king here. 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 Check. Now check. Checkmated. Now a change in perspective. Can you checkmate black on h1? The last chapter. The last chapter. Now we control on H1. H1 here. Now we'll try, we control these. So we go here, then we go here, then checked, then checked. Now we control these. Now we'll try this. Okay, okay, okay. Blunder. Now we control this and this. We want to control this. Okay. Okay, now we control this and this and this. Go here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go here. Then go here. Then go here. Then go here. We control this and this. So we go here. Then we go here. We control this and this. Okay. We go here. Then 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 we go here. We could run this and this and this and this. We want to control this. Now this. No. What happened? What happened? Okay. Let's try again. control this. Now check. Now here, then checkmate. This is the final chapter. Checkmated. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck.